self-destruct protocol has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct protocol has been activated. This protocol cannot be terminated. All employees
calling on me to lift you up whenever you're feeling down. Some kind of freak. Nobody understands what you're going through.
That shit on my chest.
Reporting.
Shit on my tongue. 55. Shit on my tongue.
Hey, we're gonna pop in just a moment, alright? We're gonna pop in just a moment. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. If you're tuning in from the last time, sorry about what happened. Windows, I recently updated my computer to Windows 7 and it fucked it up. It made it so I couldn't connect to the internet. Couldn't even recognize my IP address, so I was like, fuck. Now we're back though, so sit tight, get your pen and paper, call your grandma, call your moms, your sisters, and your aunts and uncles. Time to get ready, because it's about to be a good one. Stay tuned.
Best not fuck with me when I am in the zone.
Alright, my friends. My family. Let's get this poppin'. Get this transition. 5, 4, 3, 2. Holy crap. Bitcoin might moon. Looking at the hold on. Let me get the music shut off. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me. Whew. Excuse me. Excuse me. Gross. I just chugged a drink and I'm fucking burping it up. Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll get this transitioned. Boom. My voice seems to be okay, so everything seems to be good. Who is there anybody in this current? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about the low time frame chart right now as we're here because this is very interesting to me. The reason why it's interesting to me is because I don't think I could claim that as a this to me, this is the A, B, C. Okay? A, B, C. But what is intriguing to me is the fact that this kind of looks like a 5 of impulse to the downside. Why is that there, you know? Why is that there? Initially today, if you were here with me prior this morning, I was bullish. I bought down here. I ended up getting stopped out by like literally fucking a penny here for literally like zero gain. My buy was at 70, 80. My stop was at 70, 90. And look what fucking happened. Literally, those bastards. It is what it is, though. So I'm very intrigued because there's two things I could take away from this small time frame. We'll get to the higher time. Okay, so we're gonna get. Sorry, I was looking at a transpider. Mesh me back. So, what two things that intrigue me? This looks like a 5-way impulse, possibly, you know, and so that's why I bought today. But then this also looks like a 5-way impulse. So what I'm thinking at this current state is one or two things on this low time frame. Okay. Either these are both valid 5 of impulses, and this is going to be a 1-2, 1-2, and come down to 4-3. But I personally don't like that. I'm just not a big fan of 1-2, 1-2s. And second of all, the way we're coming up against this doesn't make sense really for that. So let's do one other check. I think this could possibly be an X wave. There's sometimes where there's structures that look like 5 of impulses. They end up being double zigzags. Not a zigzag, but a simple zigzag with a WXY zigzag, and it fools me. I've been there a few times. So this hits perfectly where we need for a WXY. Okay? Perfectly. So this could very well be W, X, and Y. Zigzag or flats, I don't know what you would call that. Some X. Some Y, man. I would have been I'm very interested in what's going to happen here. Very interested. Because, like, this can run. I feel like this can really run. Because there's not a lot of resistance, in my opinion. So, I'm very intrigued. But, I'm going to stay right here. I was really hoping for a 5-wave impulse from this low to really give me 100% confidence in my initial idea, which was that this is going to come up one more time and break up to the high side, like this, for an A, B, C. And at that point, you know, we'll see what happens. But we didn't make a clean 5-way rise, so it kind of put me on the back burner, put that idea on the back burner. The second thing I didn't like about this idea, again, I stopped out. I'm currently flat. I don't have a position right now, but I'm looking for a reason to enter position. On this move to the downside, we retraced further than what I would look for to assume continuation impulsively. And it definitely retraced too far to say that it is going to be a valid Elliott wave impulse, meaning a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are two things I did not like about my initial idea. Okay? But if you're again tuning in prior, I did also say that this shit. I keep getting messages in the background. It keeps fucking me up. Okay, I keep reading them. I need to just exit out of them. And I also need to pop up in my chat box. That's not even open. What is up? What's up, Mono Picasso? What up, CK? What up, Nishan Terrell? What up, Chelsea? AKA Bahi. I want to know, first of all, what's your real name, bro? DM me in Discord. I'm interested. Because your YouTube name's Chelsea. That intrigues me. Let me blow my nose real quick. Pause. Okay, unpause. All right, so I'm looking for a reason to enter the market. My initial idea was that we're bullishly trending to the upside, and this was depicted here. But the way we've reacted in this little area has made me less than enthused for that initial idea. You feel me? First of all, we're taking a lot of time in this underneath the 618. We should have broken and started consolidating over it by this point, but we haven't. We haven't. So until we manage to start trading above 7,223, I have to be moderately and hesitantly bearish. This is not what I look for to validate a true reversal of this consolidation. This action here does not make me excited at all. At all. And so here's going to be my rules for, I guess, the next 24 hours. If we can manage to clear this number at 723 and start ranging above it, or clear that high with volume, like we get a good volume pop, I'll attempt my best to find an entry on the 1 minute and 3 minute time frame. If it is able to do this and consolidate over, then I would definitely enter there. But if, like I said, if it ends up popping up and this volume starts flying in, I'll do my best to try to get into that, because I have a fairly high belief that if we're able to just clear 7,300, 7,500 is just baloney, and we're going to blow right through that, and we're going to end up being at 7,800 in no time. Okay? There's another thing that really intrigues me moving forward this week in regards to this entire financial market, every single financial market there is. SPX, DJI, NASDAQ, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, all of it. The reason why I'm so intrigued is because an overwhelming majority of people are short across every single fucking market there is. And for obvious reason. Fundamentally, everything is toast. Complete trash. Our monetary systems are trash. Fucking charts look trash. Fucking coronavirus. Just all this bad juju in terms of fundamentals. You know, it all makes sense to go and fade the market, right? But oftentimes markets are irrational. They do not make any sense. And they do exactly the opposite of what you assume they're going to do. And so is that the case here? Is that the case? Liquidity lies up here, and also there's liquidity down here. But the easy trade, in my opinion, is still short in regards to the global the situation around the global financial system. You know? Do we get on that, though? I don't know. In my opinion, I have to hold my bias until it's invalidated. So I'm going to still hope this is true. This initial bias here. W. X. Y. With a W. X. Y. And this WXY is 100% valid. And it's going to be until we lose this level at 7,100. Well, I'll be bearish underneath 7,000 now. Breaking this level here would totally ruin market structure in regards to what I want to see in this WXY. And so we must maintain this. For me to go long, because again, I got stopped out this morning. I really wish I didn't, because I would still be holding this long and anticipating a break it to upside, and just trailing my stop. I'm currently looking for a reason to enter with my idea, you know. So if we can start trading above that, that would, in my opinion, give me enough validation to safely enter along. I don't buy tops. I don't buy tops, and so on this 5 minute time frame, this is a top. I can't buy it. I can't buy this spike. It's FOMO. I need some sort of validation, some consolidation, something to show me that we're gearing up for our next move high. You know? I can't buy this. And to me, this is a three-way structure. This is not a five-wave. So if we move up, this is a three-way structure, and we have to respect that. Just like this situation down here. This was three waves. Clearly three waves. 100% three waves. And we still moved impulsively. Okay? Alright, so game plan. Start trading over 7,223. I'm long. If we break 7,300 with fucking force, I'm also long. If we start trading underneath, in my opinion, we can't lose these lows. That'll ruin the time aspects of this entire structure. Time is up in regards to we have to move up. And so if we are to break this low here at 7,050, I'm going to be bearish. That's no doubt about it. I'm going to be bearish. And I'm going to short it. There's no doubt about it. Then at that point, I'll be looking at a more complex structure. And this will come down one more time. Let's come back one more time. But until then, I'm going to just play these levels and see what happens. I don't guess. I don't assume. I just play what the market gives me. And we're out of time for that structure there. So this can't be a WX and pushes to a Y. The only way this breaks down is if this ends up being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And or a more complex move where this is the top. This is the first move to the down. This is the second move. This is another move to the downside. But to me, it would be illogical to put that as my high point. Some may. I personally can't. And so I just can't see that at this moment. So those are my levels I'm watching. That's how I'm watching them. Let's take a look at a few more other things before we get out of here and get to Ethereum. Okay, we kind of discussed this pretty heavily prior. One thing we have to be very concerned on for the 1 hour is that the stochastic is pretty pressed up against the high point. It's not what we want for a really good continuation side. Let's look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is exactly where we want. So the 4 hour is prime for a run to the upside. If the 1 hour could just calm down just a little bit and reset just a little bit, maybe even the 45, I'll say 30. If the 30 could, no, let's go 45. If the 45 could reset just a little bit. So if we could come up here, like I said, and start consolidating, that will give this time to reset. And at that point, both our 4 hour and our 1 hour and 45 minute model will be true for continuation to the upside. Okay? That's what I'm going to be looking for. And I mentioned that prior, that the 4 hour on Bitcoin was looking prime for a run up because from this high point to this low point, we really didn't move impulsive. We did not move very far. We didn't. We held a support zone. We're primed to make a run up all the way to the other side of the stochastic range, which could lead for a good move in price, right? Immediate, like I said, immediate validation is that level. We'll see from there, but the 4 hours prime, we just need the 30 minutes through 1 hour to really agree with that. Okay, let's go to Ethereum real quick. RSI divergence on the 4 hour for ES to pass for higher highs. Yeah, we'll take a look at ESP before we get out of here. It'll be the last thing we'll take a look at. Unfortunately, the last thing. So I'm again still going to hold this bias. There's no reason for me not to believe that this is the end and terminal point of B. There's no reason. The only thing that could be a reason for me to not believe this is terminal B is that this move didn't clear the entire range, but it did clear the final move in less time and complexity. So I can't say this is end of terminal B. Ethereum. Again, I started throwing the stochastic in because I used to use it. The stochastic used to literally be my bread and butter before I used to trade with Elliott Wave. And I just figured I threw it on the chart the other day and it gave me a lot of confluence. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start using it again. And it's very powerful if you understand the concepts behind it. sort of 10 hours in a prime zone for a bullish continuation. Notice how when we get here, create this hidden bullish divergence from that point to that point, we pushed up pretty hard. Same thing here. We're creating this hidden bullish divergence on 10 hour, which enhances our belief that Bitcoin could move up from this point to this point. That's hidden bullish divergence, right? And it happens to do so in the bull range on stochastic, which is up here. So we get a daily. Daily looks pretty rough, not gonna lie. Daily makes me believe that if we do make another push to the upside, this will be the final move. So we get the 4 hour. 4 hour prime, just like Bitcoin. 1 hour's not too much in a crazy good position. Let's look at Ethereum real quick on the subway structure. What's Ethereum telling me? In my opinion, no matter what, we're going to break lower. Ethereum makes me believe that on the lower time frame. This looks like a very valid. And this is going to be an A, B, C, B. Oh man, I love this count. This makes me really believe that it's going to do what. So it's going to go. That would be absolutely perfect. Let's just make sure it works. I think we discussed this prior in the. Oh, you cocksucker. So, W, X, Y, screen. We need to make sure it works. Perfect. This is literally perfect. This works really, really, very, very well. Max time we could allow is about this range. We cannot be bearish on Ethereum unless we make a high point in this box. We did not make a high point in that box, so we cannot be overwhelmingly bearish until we make a high point somewhere in this box. We made a high point here, but it does not fulfill the needs to say this is a completed WXY at all. In my opinion, this is very valid WXY. 3-wave W, some complex middle wave X, and now another 3-wave Y. But it has to make it in this box. Getting a good push here. See where it goes though. Again, I'm thinking this is going to happen though. This makes the most sense. Just because this looks like, this is a clear 5-wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I'll say A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 starts here. So from this point to that high, that's 5 waves. It's a 3-wave move. And typically, your B wave will take at least within a 1/3 of a 1-to-1 of your initial move up. That's almost always held true with any adjacent subwave. Any adjacent wave to the wave you're studying. This idea always holds true. That's why this is literally the golden ticket to figuring out, to really giving yourself more confidence in your Elliott wave structures. If you're not using time, and especially if you're not using sister wave compatibility in regards to time, you're just cheating yourself if you're trying to be an Elliott wave trader for like 100%. 100%. So I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're starting Elliott wave, Neo wave, you use some sort of time analysis. Whether it's this, the one provided by Glenn, or a different type of, like a Gann time or something like that. Just find some sort of time analysis to help give you more reassurance in your particular structure you're studying. This one is very good. Yeah, the 45 minute just looks really hot for the ETH. I would really want this to come down one more time to reset the 30 minute through 1 hour on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Doing that will make it so the 1 hour and the 4 hour are both in prime positions to run bullishly up high because they reset and it came to a low point on stochastics all the way to the bottom while sitting on support. If they were to do that while sitting on resistance, it would be a different story, right? But since we're reset all the way from the, if this happens, we will be reset all the way from the 30-minute to the 4 hour on stochastic, which means it will have a high chance of running highs impulsively because of this. Because the move to the downside wasn't impulsive. It traveled very lowly, very slowly. And it did so right on support, giving the chance for the bulls to have a lot of breathing room. The bears will have to hold their ground for a very, 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 very long time in order to not let this high get taken out. Because the stochastic is ready on the 4 hour, you know? And at that point, like I said, it'll be ready on the 1 hour. So it'll take a lot of effort by the bears to sustain this high, which I just don't think will happen if this does happen. Okay? So that's Ethereum. I'm immediately bearish on the Ethereum if we lose 171. I'll probably short. I'll expect to buy anything at 173 to 171. If we lose 171 and start dropping to like 169, I'll be that's where my stop would be on this position, this particular setup. Again, like I said, the things that I like about this setup. One, structurally, it works very well on the high time frame for both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Two, the overwhelming majority of fucking everybody in the fucking world is short right now and believes that we should go lower for obvious reasons. But like I said, markets have a tendency to be irrational as fuck and just do the exact opposite of what everybody thinks is going to happen, and for obvious reason, because very few win. The very few win, the very few decide where money goes and where the market goes. So the overwhelming majority would never be right, ever. So why would we assume, why would we put ourselves on that line saying that they're also going to be, no, I'm not going to enter a short right now. I'm not going to enter a short. Not entering a short right now. I'm going to go to bed for the first time in like 2 weeks without a position open. So I'm just going to do that tonight. Unless I see something very valid right now. But Bitcoin's in a spot, and Ethereum's in a spot where there's not a lot of resistance left at the top. Son of a bitch. Ooh. Ouch, that hurt. Ugh. I mean, honestly, it's not a bad short. It's not. Dude, it's really not. Structurally, it fits very well structurally. I want some breakdown on this lower time frame to really show me something. Specifically, I don't care if, sure, shorting the top's high, good and shit. But if I can break this trend line here, this looks like a double combo, A, B, C, or WXY. WXY combos tend to be the furthest because it tends to have double zigzags, which are very impulsive. A, B, C, X, A, B, C. So I'm not willing to exactly short this because this has a chance to be a double combo, which will get me out of my short before it actually turns over. So I don't see a valid 5-wave impulse to go short on the top here. So I need to see some sort of breakdown to really give me confidence in a short here. All right. So if you're looking for an opportunity tonight, in regards to a setup, I displayed what I want to see on Bitcoin. If we start trading above that level, that's when we go long. If we reject that level, then we'll probably go short and with targeting, 7,100, 7,050-ish. Same thing with Ethereum. We can push up. This is like a double zigzag possibly, so I'm not willing to short it because with the idea it can still push up to double top. And then I'd rather short that than this. So I'm going to wait for this trend line to break. And or a completed double zigzag here. But for now, this looks like it's 3 waves. Some may consider this like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but there's just too much time discrepancy between this and that. It just wouldn't make sense. Structurally, sure, it works okay, but in regards to time, it just would not make any sense to me. So I just cannot say it is. Yeah, absolutely 0 cents. So to me, this is a clear three-way structure. So it's very hard to be immediately bullish because I like to look for flies, but then again, it's not really necessary anymore, as I'm starting to understand. So I'm going to be looking for these indications and clues to get me in a position. Break this trend line, I'm going to go short. Have Bitcoin start trading over that level, and I'll probably go long on all the markets. So let's look at peep this one more time, and then I want to see something. I'm thinking it's going to be a double XY combo like we stated previously. Yeah, I'll take a look at Link XTC. Well, I don't know if I want to, honestly. If you want me to take a look at Link XTC, I will. This looks like a WXY. That does not look like 5 waves, so I'm going to say this is W, this is X, this is Y. The 0.886 if you're going to go short. 886, I've been noticing, I believe that this will be corrective if we move to the downside. So on a lot of these corrective phases where you go short or long on, it tends to go all the way down to the 0.786. And yeah, so the 0.886 is the more logical stop placement for anything that we're not going to assume is going to be impulsively trending, which is in this case we're not going to assume it's going to be impulsively trending to the downside if it happens. We move on to the alts right now. I just want to check one thing to confirm a bias, to help me confirm a bias when the time comes. So we need to make a high point in this area, in this box, to be a valid WXY. So far, this high point would not make sense. So no matter what, I cannot go short at this point. I cannot. This has to make at least one more high. At least, to bare minimum, at least in here. If I make this one more high, and then that trend line gets broken in less time and complexity, I'm short right there. Stop here. Targeting there. If we break up and then flutter around, I don't short. If we flutter around and break this trend line in more time and more complexity, that means I probably long this. Well, I will long this because, again, I stated if we start consolidating over 7223, I'm going to long it. So if we do this, break above this, break this trend line from here to here in more time and complexity, then I have to assume we're going to come up because that's just a consolidation pattern. Okay. Meh. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and delete all this mess here. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this mess too. I'm definitely going to say this is all one corrective phase. It's also one corrective phase. This might be a WS and ABC. If you could break that high, this is definitely an ABC. If this breaks this high, 100% fact, not 100%, but pretty confident this will end up being an A, a B, and a C. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that looks like that, right? Also, the possibility that this move here is leading diagonal, and that goes there. Very valid as well. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and therefore you're short as the last high, with the assumption that this is going to come down to the downside. Very good setup, regardless, because if it does move up and stops you out, well, then you're just going to re-short. Really, to be honest. Pretty good hit in bullish divergence, but it already played out, possibly. Let's look at the stochastic again. Ethereum on the 4 hour. We're on the low side, but still the 1 hour just looks. The 1 hour to 30 minute just looks like it's not ready for this run. It looks like no matter what, we need this test lower, and then we'll move up. So, watching those trend lines, we'll see what happens. Lyco really Lyco looks absolutely horrible. WXY or ABC WXY WXY. That's interesting. I think it's gonna end up being a combo. W or A, X or B, Y or C. Because this looks like it's all one. Right there. And since this already took the same amount of time as this, I'm assuming this is going to end up being a 5-wave impulse. So, it might get really bearish for Litecoin. Holy shit. Because it's going to be a C wave. It's going to be a fucking C wave. We're going to get low. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Bigger flat. Sell point. Downside. Which will just mean this will end up being extended. Like this. W or A. X or B. Y or C. At this point, at this low point, we have made enough in regards to time and complexity to assume this initial move up was done. That's why I was bullish. I wasn't necessarily bullish. I was bullish, but I just missed out because I thought it was gonna be one more fucking low. It is what it is. But that's why you're bullish. And that's why we have to still maintain bullishness because at this point we made enough time and complexity, right? But if this starts forming here, more complexity after this. This will be more complex. If we do this shit, it'll be 100% more complex. We can't assume this is over. Because the rule states your final trend line must be broken in less time and complexity, and then the formation after it must take off in less complexity. So far, the time aspect is getting really crunched here. Right? And this will fit really well. Structurally, this fits very, very well. Very, very well. This will essentially be a double top on the macro. Time aspect wise, is it possible this is a WXY here? I think. Doesn't work as well for Bitcoin. Nope, I don't like that. Wait. Nope, I don't like that. So yeah, I'm still with this. But it works fairly well. Wow, look at that. That's where you would expect X to end. Right here. I like this a lot. Not gonna lie. It's just, this does not look bullish on both Ethereum and on Litecoin. On Bitcoin is a little more bullish, but this just looks like a potential flag to the downside. XTZ, close, but those damn motherfuckers didn't give us our buy point. We were close, really close, but we just did not get it. It is what it is. Missed our buy point. We saw it coming to the upside. It just left without us. It's just looking really bearish across the whole fucking market. I think it's gonna come down. Holy shit. The high time frame, I don't know about this. This one's little wacko. Nothing screams out of me. The things that scream out at me are the fact that man, that's salty. Where are you seeing that? ETC? USD? I don't see that. Wait, across all the videos? Chelsea. Interesting. Man, this also looks very bearish, man. It looks like EOS wants to test a low like that and do this. Yeah, send me a screenshot. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna use what? Oh, is it right there? This is that? Top left corner. Let me show you a screenshot on my video. Like my actual screen. This is what I see. I don't know if that changes anything, but this is what I see. No writing in the top left. Yeah, this is looking very interesting. I think this was one completed move, but the market is deciding for us elsewhere that this is going to end up being a complex combo. It's going to be separated by a flat here. It could also be a diametric pattern. Bow tie. This will end up breaking very hard to the downside, and they come like this, they come like that, which ends up making a bow tie, essentially. AKA diametric pattern. And this will be a buy. I'm liking this. It's been there all month. What the fuck are you guys talking about, man? Send me a screenshot of Discord right now. Dude, that is so weird. I have zero clue to why that's there. Zero clue. I have never never. Do we even have ETC on this chart anywhere? Anywhere. It's not even on this chart. On these charts. Wow, that's so weird. I'm honestly very curious to why that is even there. So strange. Oh, whenever I see Chelsea, I think of a girl. Holy shit. Oh my god. What the fuck's going on here? Why? I don't know why that is there. I'm so sorry that ETC USD is in the corner. That is, I'm puzzled by it, honestly. So I'll try to see what's going on, but honestly, I have no clue. No clue. Again, I wouldn't short until we get some confirmation of breakdown. Because to me, there's not really a lot of resistance up. But I don't buy tops. And since I got stopped out of my long on the bottom side, I'm just not willing to buy this in the middle of the fucking, closer to the top than the bottom. You know, I'm not willing to do that. So break that trend line, show me this, we actually have a chance of reversing, and I'll short it. Or break this high and then run to the high side, and then I'll short it again. Okay? And again, I don't know why that's there, so I apologize. I'll go ahead and try to figure out what the fuck causing that tonight. Okay? But back to EOS. EOS is this looks like a very, 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 very valid setup in regards to value range theory. Broke the pivot in less time and complexity. Well, not necessarily less complexity, but less time for sure. And all we have to do is make a sell pattern underneath the 618, which right now we're underneath the 618. So this is, to me, is a ABC. And so a very, very easy way to trade this is with validation is wait for this trend line to break in less time and complexity. And if it does that, like that, then you short that. You come to the downside. Stop right there. Okay. I want to look at a few things, but I'm sure it's going to be very similar to the rest of the coins that we've been studying. That it's going to be, the 1 hour is going to be topped, and the 4 hour is going to be bottomed. 1 hour topped, 4 hour bottomed, right? Yep. So in order for our model to be 100% valid, we need this. We need the 1 hour to reset. It doesn't need to. We could just ping pong up here and just run it, but usually we want them both on the same idea. Okay. So wait for that trend line to break in less time complexity, short to the downside, and I'm thinking this will end up being a fucking weird flat here in the middle. I'm thinking so, guys. It'll be a diametric pattern. Alright, let's go to FX. Yeah, I don't know why that is there, man. So strange. So strange. Well, GPD literally did nothing that we expected to. Why are all these dots? I need to get rid of those. I never use them anymore. Okay. Okay, good call on getting out, but I'm now going to be moderately bullish again on Euro. I think it's going to come up and do this. Break that high, and then to the other side, end up being a bigger flat. Bullish on Euro as long as we hold this level here. I want to check some things. One hour looks meh. Not too excited about the 1 hour. Momentum still negative on the 45. Momentum and trend aid MA lines works so fucking well in Forex. It's honestly hilarious. Like, honestly, like any one of us could probably just go straight to Forex, transfer our entire account from cryptocurrency, and just solely follow the negative momentum while it's underneath the trend aid lines. And as soon as it breaks the gold line, you take profit and you just wait for it to reverse again. Boom. Take profit. Boom. Take profit. Boom. Take profit. Boom. Take profit. Switch bias. Go long. Take profit. Get a little wash right here. Get washed. Get washed. Get washed. Go long. Take profit. Go long. Take profit. Go long. Take profit. Go short. Take profit. Go get washed. Go long. Take profit. You wait. Go short once it goes red because you're still underneath there. Take profit around there. Go short. Take profit. Go short. Take profit. Go short. Take profit. You're neutral right now because you're above the trend aid 110, but you're bearish on momentum. So as soon as momentum turns blue, you know that we have a high chance of going to the upside. And let's check our other indicators. It's kind of crazy how well it works. It's fucking, honestly, it's hilarious. Pretty close to the low side. 45 will be on the low side. 1 hour will be on the low side, I think. Nope, mid side. 1 hour is on the low side. So 1 hour is primed for a run. 1 hour is primed for a run on Stochastic on Euro USD. So it enhances our idea. 4 hour has room to move. We would like it to be a little lower, but we still got a lot of room to meet to the upside. So this can poise for a good run. You know, run like that, then consolidate, and then run one more time, and at that point, go to the downside. Let's go to gold. Gold was absolutely a fucking great play for us. I told you guys I wasn't gonna play it just because I don't like trading gold so much. Just because you have to fucking, you don't get the gains. The same amount of gains you would in other pairs. But I did call it the exact top, so I'm very, 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 very happy about that. I said if we were going to take any trade this week, it would be in gold and GPD. GPD ended up fucking failing, and I ended up taking a zero gainer on that. This was fucking phenomenal, because we literally shorted this pop right there. I was like, yo, we're short. There's no reason for us not to believe that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. It'll probably make an X wave. So I would not be surprised if it shoots up pretty high like that. And does this. Clears that liquidity, grabs there, possibly grabs that liquidity, then moves it up. It has to be a 1-to-1 of this time frame here. I'm gonna say that this is the first subwave. So we're looking for a low point on gold. We cannot logically long gold for a swing trade until it makes a low point in this box. So we can long this. Can I guarantee it will be a good setup? I guarantee you we're probably going to get a good bounce here. Look at this divergence here. Look at this shit. Boom. Hefty divergence. And we're bouncing the slow line on the bull range. Barely, but doing it. On the 1 hour, it's even more. It's even better. Definitely bouncing off the bull range. So, ooh. This will probably poise for a good setup. Your stop would be the immediate low, so the risk to reward is pretty fucking high. The target you'd be looking for is the base low, or the 618. Either one would be good. So base low here at the 0.5 at 1709, or at 1723 in the gold box. And then at that point, you'll fade it one more time. It can move up into a fucking running flat, which will be super bullish, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to sucker some people thinking gold's trending to the downside by consolidating and trending down. But it's actually not. It's just making an ABC, and this is a buy. And it's going up to the upside for alternate highs. We can do this. A, B, C. Make a flat, running flat, and still end up being a buy to the upside. Okay? GPD USD fucking didn't do nothing. Excuse me. GPD USD literally did nothing. Literally did nothing I expected. Like, this is just A, B, C, D, E. No idea, honestly. I have no idea. So I'm going to sit this one out. If I can't make sense of it, I don't trade it. It's that simple. Bitcoin's a little bit different because I have to kind of always pay attention. I kind of always have to have an idea because that's our primary thing. When it comes to Forex, I don't always have to have an idea where price is going to go. It's because we're not all invested in Forex like that. We don't have fucking 10,000 worth of euros sitting in our fucking accounts or fucking $20,000 worth of fucking British pound sitting in our account. But some of us do have $20,000 worth of Bitcoin in our accounts that we don't want to fucking lose 20% on if we fucking drop, right? So that's why whenever if you're watching my analysis and I come across a chart that doesn't make really sense to me, I just fucking wash it off and go to the next one. And I don't do it with Bitcoin just because Bitcoin, we're heavily invested in it. We're Forex. We're just traders. So it doesn't really matter where it goes. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't really matter where it goes. We just care about being on the right side, short or long. For cryptocurrency, yes, we care about being on the right side, short or long, but I need to understand an overall market health and where the overall market is heading in order to give our members of Elevate Trading the confidence in the market. I have that's why I do that and don't do it with these charts. So again, yeah, it's very intriguing because this could be a truncation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this ends up being that true flat. It was unfortunate because I did short the fucking top here in anticipation where I was going to get a very similar move of that. But look how small this fucking 5 of impulse was. Look how small that was. And then they ended up coming right back and stopping me out. Because I entered here, dropped my stop to about here, got stopped out, and then, yeah. I was really hoping for that we're going to get an equal move to this, and I had my close out here. This never fucking happened. We fucking truncated. Fucking A, dude. So far, it looks like a bullish consolidation like this. So I would expect this to come up one more time, but I'm not willing to trade it. Just because I hate trading off truncations. I hate it. I don't... I just don't like it. Don't like it. That's a truncation. Didn't break any lows. It fucking stayed higher. Well, I did break a low. But barely. It didn't make a minimum requirement for me to say this is valid. We stayed high and tight. A minimum requirement is a 0.68. Which we missed. See that? We missed it. I can't say, oh yeah, it's for sure a fucking truncation and we're going to move up. No, I can't say that, so I'm not going to trade it. Indicator-wise, it probably fucking makes sense to go long. I guarantee the daily is still fucking bullish and shit like that, but let's look at a daily fucking, let's go to daily, see what the daily momentum. Daily momentum is actually bearish as fuck. Holy shit. How about weekly? Same thing. $4 hours bullish. So yeah, the structure here looks like it wants to move up, but since this essentially truncated, I cannot trade that. I'm not willing to. So it is what it is. We're moving on. X, we got that. Covered this. Didn't really cover USD GPY. Our buy area was very smart, but so far this looks like jackass bull fucking shit. I'm with this idea coming up one more time. But I'm probably going to fade it, thinking this is an A, a B, and a C. Honestly. I thought this was going to end up being a bigger fucking A, B, C, but so far, it's not looking like that. If we could break this trend line here, I'm going to be 100% bearish and short on USD GPY. Till then, I'm going to be watching for this confirmation to happen. Getting a good dump on Bitcoin. It's essentially hit a high point almost perfectly in the box we're looking for. I'm honestly going to go short here, place my stop at the high and see what happens. Okay? We're testing that trend line. Can move up, but it is what it is. I would really, really like it if this could just come up one more time, fulfill my flat idea, and I just short the living piss out of this fucking thing to the fucking grave. That's what I would fucking like, but it's not gonna give it to me. It's never that easy. It never, ever, ever is that easy. So why would they make it that easy for? They won't. So I'm gonna have to fucking keep doing my homework, being patient, and letting this chart come to me and not me come to it. I'm not gonna chase any trades. Fuck that shit. To me, I'm looking for a similar move to the downside at some point. I don't know when it's gonna come. I don't know if it started, but I'm looking for it. If it did start, then this is a valid 1-2. And that's why I'm saying I was short a break of that trend line. Right there. Because to me, this is my only two ideas. One, that it moves up like this and creates a bigger flat, and I short that. Two, this sister wave already started, and it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so, shorting that break makes logical sense. For me. So we get DXY real quick, and then we get out of here. So this was, oh my god, I was very happy about this. Very, very happy. Not exactly the low we were, but I did say at this point, like, hey, we're probably going to move up. The thing is that we made this fucking A, B, C, and it's truncated again. Truncated. Look at that truncation. It looks like this is about to fucking nuke. Straight nuke to the downside. So, based on DXY, I might take that GPD trade. Set my stop at that low. If you look, we broke this entire range of less time complexity from that high point. And we so far are consolidating in what seems like a very, very valid bear flag. So, at a bare minimum, in regards to valid range, we should make an equal movement of that, if not actually trend to the downside. Very interesting. What I don't like about it is I don't think this hit a minimum requirement for this to be a sister wave. And I don't like that. So close, but not quite. So I'm assuming this is a zigzag, and I'm going to guess it's going to be a flat. So let's do this. It's going to be probably this. Flat. So I'm probably not going to take this short just because I'm thinking that the only reason why I'll do this is that it'll end up finding support here and moving right back up. So I'm not going to take it. But if we do find support here and then move back up, I'm shorting the living piss out of that to the downside, okay? Because the only reason why I can't short this at this point, as a day trade, it makes sense. But as a positional trade, which is what I typically do for Forex, I don't really day trade Forex as much because it's just too much fucking headache to keep track and day trade both Forex and Bitcoin. It's just too much for me. And so I swing trade Forex and I day trade crypto. It makes sense because crypto is more volatile, has way more gains, way more potential. Forex is slow as fuck, takes forever to fucking do anything. So that's why I do that. But we didn't hit a minimum requirement in price, so I cannot assume this is the high and just comes to the downside. Unless this is forming a 1, a 2, and a 3, or some other combo where this is separate to all the rest of the downside. But that doesn't make sense, so I'm going to keep this assumption. Alright? We're going to make a W, X, and a Y. We have to make sure it works in regards to time. Price-wise, that works fine, but does it work for fucking time? Yes, it does. High point right there. So that's what I'm looking for. Looking for a high point to be made before this, but after this. And at that point, to me, it would validate a very, very valid W. X, Y. This, to me, at first, would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I just hate truncations with a fucking burning passion. And there's, look, what? This is another truncation? So I'm more willing to say this is like a combo WXY. Yes, this initial move was pretty impulsive, but so far this is less than exciting. But we'll see. Okay. I don't believe in truncation, so I believe this is all internally held. Like that. That's for DXY. We'll see though. Cover that. Cover that. I don't care about that. Cover that. Euro. It's just phenomenal how well this stupid color scheme works. All right, let's go on to our indices real quick, and then we get out of here. We'll cover SPX and DGTI or DGTI, Dow Jones, DGTA, Dow Jones Transportation Average. Yes, fucking dump it, Bitcoin. Yes, please. Give me more confirmation. Okay. We can get this. This has played fairly well. The amount of time we took here kind of makes me think this is the impulse. Which would be very bullish across the board eventually. I actually like this a lot. This is to make sure time works. If time doesn't work, then we don't use it. But to me, this looks like its time's going to work almost to the dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god. Perfect. So this works. This is a very, very, very valid leading diagonal. So I'm going to say this is going to move to the side. Probably do that. And the fact that we rose all the way up to 618, essentially in this diagonal, kind of makes me bullish. I'm going to expect this low here to be held at 27 and 2140. I'm going to expect that. This original bounce call was absolutely fucking golden, but is it going to actually do what I said? I don't think so anymore. I'm kind of leaning with it's going to range bullishly a little bit. The rise here was not what I looked for a bearish. I think we're going to sell off pretty soon for a small retrace like this. That everybody's going to get super bearish on, and then this is going to fucking pump them and then fuck them all. Maybe a double top. Dim down. I don't know, but to me this looks like a rising wedge diagonal, and I'm going to be on buy the pullback all across stocks. Let's get SPX real quick. This is also fucking absolutely beastly. Not only that call, which was off by a few days. But this buy zone here was pretty killer in time. This was a time buy zone. Our buy zone SPX actually didn't hit because it was down here, but time wise it hit perfectly, and it almost hit the zone we thought it was gonna come to so far. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Small gap up tomorrow in wave 3. And then down. If we're not shorting yet, I don't know. This is very scary because like a million fucking shorts are open now. So like, do these fucking whales and institutions just fucking pump it and push it through their shorts? Or do they give them a little bit of hope and then have them double down potentially on their shorts and then moon it through their shorts? I personally would rather like this. It would make more sense. But again, markets tend to be irrational, so I would not be surprised if this fucking straight guns it to the top side. Be mindful of that, because you just never know. But for me, this is what I'm seeing. Yeah. The way we rose up, if we were going to be insanely bearish, we would have rejected this low at 21,700. But we didn't. We rose and kept on rising and kept on rising and kept on rising. And it's still we are still rising. Essentially, we're still rising. You know? So the count that Mr. Neely provides is pretty complex, but it's very similar. His actually flutters out a little bit longer and is claiming to be a D wave. So he claims that his is going to go like this, form a D wave for like 5 months, 5 to 6 months, and then a sharp E wave all the way down to 1100. I cannot show you his count, unfortunately. I don't remember it. I don't remember it like that, but it's very similar. He anticipates 5 or so months of bullishness, of uptrend, before an intermediate, pretty significant sell-off. Oh, I know, dude. The Nasdaq is look at DGTI. Look at DGTI, too. Look, what the fuck? Dow Jones Transportation. Oh, just DGT. Oh, not that. On the highest degree time frame. What the fuck? Is it really that pushed back? How? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is clearly a diagonal. No, clearly a flat. How can you distinguish this as other than a flat? So it's fucking intriguing to me, you know. But this is straight hopium count. Let's look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is very, very bullish. I looked at that the other day too. Oh, you bitch! I always do that. And volume is very alarming too. On the DGT and this. Oh no, volume's... Oh my god, look at that wick though. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh, that wick is insane. Insane. Insane amount. But this looks like it wants to go one higher. Where you take the count from? I personally would want to take it from here, but I could see this as well. Structurally, I think I like this the best, where this is 1, 2. This is W, A, B, C, D, E. Neutral triangle. I forgot what we call these. A, B, C, D, E. D should be higher though, so I don't think I like that. It could be a 3-wave 1. Yeah, the Nasdaq just looks very like it's on the doorstep of just breaking this high. I don't think it does it now. I think it does it on the next try though. I think it does this too. Oh yeah, I can see that for sure, dude. Holy shit. They don't have any good stocks to look at. Cause I have a buddy of mine who has a lot of money, and I've been appointing him some trades in stocks, and I've been getting paid for it, so I'll like to continue doing that. So if anyone has a good, I hate fucking scouring stocks to figure out, looking at charts to see which one has the best buying opportunity. Like I said, I'm a day trader. I don't give a fuck about fundamentals. If I see a chart that looks good, I'm gonna trade it. So if you have one in stocks, send it to me. I'll give it my analysis and I'll give you my setup in the DMs. 100%. On this one, we're buyers down here on this fucking stock. No, it wasn't. It was Caesar's Palace. Caesar was a very good trade for us. This is a NASDAQ mini features, I think. NDX. Which looks like a gigantic fucking ABC. A, B, C. Wait, what's that mean? ZMGILD. What's that mean? We're about to get out of here, everyone. I think I covered everything I needed to cover. If I'm missing anything you would like me to go over, now's your time to ask. And I'll go over it before I get out of here, okay? Excuse me? Oh, that's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm gonna pop open. I don't know, man. There's no way it can be this easy, right? Like it changes blue, goes over to color, you just keep with that? No way, right? Interesting. And what do you mean by ZMG? Oh, bet, dude. Bet. I hate that there's a lag on fucking YouTube. I hate that. It doesn't work as well. ZMGLD. Alright, so I'm gonna write those down and I'll get those, unless you guys want me to fucking chart them real quick, but sometimes it's here. I'm actually gonna do it. I'm very curious. Zoom? Oh yeah, Zoom actually is a good chart to be trading right now. A lot of volatility in Zoom because they're gonna be heavily used. I think Zoom's gonna continue moving up. I don't know if you think so. At least at a bare minimum one more time. Bare minimum one more time. It'll probably double top. I'd be interested in a double top. If this ends up fluttering, that's my buy. Right now, I'm not going to be in any position right now, but I'm very interested in Zoom because I just know they're going to continue being used. So that's something I'm going to be watching. And then GILD. What the hell does that E stand for? Wow. That is honestly an impressive chart to look at. Very impressive chart to look at. Very, very impressive chart to look at. I'm not going to lie. This right here tells me this tells me a lot. Fucking bitch. This arrow, that spike right there. Not a lot, but tell me something. In my opinion, we still have more time on this to correct, but I'm very interested in a long-term buy on this. Unless this is extending in like a 1-2. Let's look at something real quick. One, two, possibly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is probably 4. I like that. I like this. So this is probably this then. I'm with this. I'm honestly with this a lot. Immediate validation underneath that low. A lot of volume came out of nowhere. Some big money, big players stepped in right here. I highly doubt they'll like that low to be violated. So I'm willing to put money on this. I'm probably gonna send this guy. This is the really good chart to look at. Wow, we hit a low point pretty much exactly where we need to. It's a little deviation there, but you could allow for that for something that's being studied by 20 plus years. I think you could allow that. So I'm with this idea. We shouldn't see this be broken. You bitch. Alright, you guys. I like this though. It's a good chart. I like this a lot too because we got a buy state on SRSI crossing over. I know there's some possibly divergences being formed here, but let's pop open one other thing. I think this might have held the bull range. If I held the bull range. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. The red dipped out, but the blue and the gold both held the bull range. That's huge, huge, huge. Last check. Let's throw up OG Chevy. We don't need those. I just want a real-time momentum, and I want the 110 being shown. Look at that. If momentum could shift bullishly on this monthly, oh, it's game over. This is gonna straight run this bitch. But I'm willing to put a bet that it'll run it just when the weekly ooh, weekly just turned blue. Weekly just turned blue. Weekly just turned blue. I'm liking this a lot. It's a really good setup, I think. Yeah, I like this. I'm going to send this over to my buddy. Thank you, Modern Picasso. This is a really good chart. Appreciate it. I would have probably never found this because I just don't know what to fucking look for when it comes to stocks. Crypto is a little bit easier. It's one fucking thing that matters, essentially, which is Bitcoin. So it's easy to just trade that because everybody's trading it. Liquidity is there. When it comes to this, stocks is a little bit more different, I guess. I don't know. I guess you can just buy anything and it'll go up eventually type thing. Well, it was like that prior. Now it might be a little bit different moving on to the next decade. Our generation might not get that luxury of just buying fucking anything in the fucking stock market or buying any type of home or property and it goes up. We're probably not going to be privileged like that. We're probably going to do our homework and do a little bit more studying to understand where the money's going to go and stuff. We're not going to be as lucky and fortunate as our fucking parents are, making their life easy as fuck, getting all these handouts and shit. It wasn't easy, but things are just different, okay? You can just literally buy anything in any stock market and it'll go up. Almost anything. Now, we're getting to a point where that might not happen anymore. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. We've been discussing and talking for about 2 hours now, which is exactly the amount of time we go for. So, I appreciate y'all. I will get all my charts. Well, I'll get almost all of my charts to my Discord. Well, actually, it's my due diligence to get all my charts to my Discord. So I will do that. All right. So, thank you all for tuning in. Remember that we'll get this thing crack-a-lacking again on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but not for the full 2 hours, usually about an hour, and we'll only discuss intraday day trades. I know it, none of this high time frame stuff. And I usually only talk about the pairs that I'm in trading. So typically it's usually like two forex pairs, and it's usually Bitcoin and Ethereum or Bitcoin and EOS, but typically it's Bitcoin. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to make your free profiles on Elevate.com, Elevate-trading.com, to keep tabs of all my high time frame analysis in Bitcoin and the indices on SPX and DJI. Well, not this DJI. They all essentially do the same thing, so it's kind of funny. You chart one, and they all essentially do the same thing. So it's pretty easy when it comes to that stuff. So please go make your free profile at Elevate-trading.com and keep tabs of all my high time frame analysis. Over the time of this year, we plan on implementing more value to the free aspects of Elevate Trading. So I hope to see you there. Hope to see your account there. You'll see my pretty face in there. And you see a whole bunch of other people with pretty faces. Make your account, make your profile, make it very personal. Tell us why you're trading. Tell us why you're there. You can put up whatever profile picture you want. You can share charts on your discussion board. And yeah, this is pretty cool. So make that profile. And if you decide you want to be, you take it one step further and join the actual family over at Elevate Trading, you can do that as well. You get not only my analysis and my education, my help, and my expertise, but you also get that from two other very, very well-rounded and very well-respected traders by the name of Nebraskan Gooner and Crypto Warrior. You can also be found on Twitter. You also get access to, well, not access, but you also get a slapping huge fat discount on the Macrodesiac fundamental analysis trading team, I guess you could call them. You get a fat discount. And if you don't know what Macrodesiac is, I highly recommend them if you're looking for added confluence to your technical aspects, especially if you're trading Forex and stocks in the stock market heavily. I highly recommend opting for a membership with the Macrodesiac, whether it's through us when you get a fat discount or you just sign up through him solely. I do not think you'll be wasting any money signing up for his program and his company, the Macrodesiac. The clarity he gives you when it comes to the monetary system and the financial systems is unbelievable. He's very good at what he does. He knows his stuff. He's studied it for many, many years. He went to school for it. Well respected in his industry. So again, I get no paid benefit from anybody joining his stuff, not even from my group joining from him. All it does is add value for my members to be part of Elevate, right? That's the only thing it does. And so, again, I get no paid endorsement for helping our boy David out by promoting his services. But I highly, highly recommend that if you're looking for that added confluence, especially when it comes to if you're like very nervous about the news or funding rates and all this other shit that comes into play with fundamentals, and you don't want to do the homework for it, go to David. His stuff is top notch, and you would not be disappointed. Whether it's through, like I say, whether it's through us, you get a fat discount. Typical price is $40 a month, pound, I think, or euro. I don't know what that means. With us, it is $25.99, so it's a fat discount. So not only that, but the members of Elevate also get a fat discount on the AliPal Titan wallet. So we're trying to implement as many goodies and incentives to be part of our team. So with that, everyone, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Make sure to keep listening to your health officials and staying safe, staying indoors, keeping your safe distance, 6 feet. Wash your hands. Never touch your hands when you go out inside in public, and wear your mask at all times. I'm always wearing a mask nowadays. And so, catch me again, your boy Satoshi motherfucking Heavy, this Tuesday at approximately, I like doing it at 4 to 5 p.m. because that's when the daily close happens on my time. And usually volatility tends to happen at that point too. So we'll try to get it popping around 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If not, we'll go for the standard 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So with that, this has been your boy Satoshi motherfucking Heavy with a dose of crypto, Forex, and stocks. And I'll see you again this Tuesday. Peace the fuck out, everyone.
E.T., babe, are you from the outer space? Maybe, yes, maybe you can read my mind. E.T., babe, are you from the outer space? Tell me, hey. Tell me, hey. Tell me, hey.
Tell me how it feels when you hear the drums bang. Tell me how it feels when I'm
Young Danny Fenton, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine designed to view a world unseen. When the getting bright bullets, his folks, they just quit. Then Danny took a look inside of it. It was a great big flash, everything just changed. His molecules got all rearranged. When he first woke up, he realized he had snow white hair and glowing green eyes. He could walk through walls, disappear and fly. He was much more unique than the other guy, and it was then that he knew what he had to do. He had to stop all the girls that were coming through. He's here to fight for me and you.
Bring it, babe, watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, format it.
I'm just a good time. Keep the party going. I know you all mine.